So the first site visit is when you mark and dig and cover crop and demonstrate all of that to the farmer. Like whatever you get done that day, you should get done with the farmer marking and digging, raking and cover cropping and getting it to that stage for at least like the example length to show them like, all right, now do this to all of the rest that you have to finish. Getting that done on the first site visit and then coming back in the spring with all the trees. Yeah, and hopefully the cover crop should be like pretty far along, like however tall, and like holding down the soil, and then we just plant into that. And then it keeps growing throughout the rest of that spring. Most projects are dig and cover crop in the fall and then plant in the spring. And before planting, we have to rake the berm out to smooth it to make a better planting surface for the trees. It's pretty easy. We just rake the dirt on the top down and just create a smoother surface that's a little more stable against erosion. And I'm roughly thinking like trying to eyeball it and make it level as well, and just turning it from like a kind of jaggedy mountaintop looking thing to like a smooth berm. That's what we're going for. Just smoothing it out just to make it a more just like solid, stable shape. And this just makes the trees go in way easier, makes planting go way faster. Raking out big chunks like these to the bottom, smoothing it out and having it be a smooth surface makes a better surface for cover crop to germinate. If there's any like volunteer projects or like groups doing it, kids love this, you know, just hand rake, like rake it out, kiddo or teenager. This is a great job for them. Did a few projects where there was like families and groups and kids were really like jazzed about this. So after it's raked, it's ready for cover crop. And here we have a mix of winter rye, buckwheat, collards, turnips, and mustard greens. That's the mix we have. However, the seeds are dispersed, like there's just like solid coverage, and you want them to be like popping up close to each other, and just think like when these grow, is the full berm gonna be covered and thickly. Broadcasting it pretty, I definitely tend towards like cover cropping heavily. One of the farmers that I visited who had some of the best cover cropping I saw did just winter rye, and his berm was like completely covered with rye. It looked like he put straw down, but it was just like the terminated rye. Ones that are dug in the fall, they'll be cover cropped before they're planted. So they're dug in the fall and then cover cropped with rye. And then the following spring, when the rye is like yay big, then we plant into that, and then the rye keeps growing. As Tommy was saying yesterday, it's like ideal to cover crop multiple times a year anyways. Like once this gets going and kind of starts going on its way out, you want to just sow something else. Sowing something multiple times a year is ideal. Yeah, to give a little example of what the light mulching, like if they're like chunks of straw, sometimes they flake off and they can be really thick, and that will just suppress seeds and not have them come through. So if you have like a chunk, like breaking it up as you know, put it on. Yeah. And like not much is needed. It can go really quick. It's called like a scatter mulch, but it makes a big difference for rain washing the seeds and the bare dirt getting washed away.